Good morning, folks. It's Sunday, the 4th of May, and I'm up in the beautiful island of Mull. I'm up here to tackle the only Monroe in Mull, Beinn Fhada. The weather's looking good, and I thought I'd just nip over and do this. Unfortunately, we've been kind of short notice. I couldn't get booked on the Beinn ferry, so I had to come up via Loch and get the ferry across from there. So there's two ferries involved, one at Corrin and the other one at Loch But both ferries were good. I managed to catch the ferry just before it was leaving, which was good as well. So I've been on the go for about 20 minutes. I parked about, I don't know, about a kilometre along the road. I'm going to do this one from the other side, the better side. So I'm going to go up to the ridge and do Beinn Fhada first, the Corbett. And then I'll walk along the ridge and go up to Beinn from the backside. So it should be good. As I say, I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully the weather stays good all day. I just camped at Port Nagale campsite. It's just about 35-40 minutes away from here. But the facilities were good. Nice wee pub and restaurant and shower facilities and all that. So it was good just to make a base there. I'm going to stay there tonight as well after this walk. This part just now, it's just kind of boggy and kind of route finding. I think I'm just going up here then, I'm going up this ridge here. And then that'll take me up towards Beinn Fhada. And once I go up there, obviously I'll see Beinn in its full glory. That's the views back where I came from. As I say, I parked away along there somewhere. I probably could have parked there. But I'm going to be walking back when I come back, so I've just left it along there a wee bit. But it's just beautiful. What an island in Mull is. So far it's been beautiful where I've been. The only time I've been in Mull before is Tobermory years and years ago. But the island's just beautiful. So I'm just going to push on and I'll catch you further up. Yeah, looks like that's been dead for a good while. Not much left of that. Just a carcass. I didn't film much there. Just that dead sheep, basically. Because there was nothing much to film. It was just a case of getting on with it. And just got up to the ridge at least. And then the views will open up once I'm up there. Quite steep at times there. So I'm just going to push on. Yeah, so now I can see my targets. So I'm going to be walking up here. This is Beinn Fhada. Walk up that ridge. And then down. And then that one there in the middle. That's what the kind of ridge walk is named after. Can't remember quite the name. And then we come down for that. And then up to Beinn here. At least it's kind of half decent walking now. A lot drier up here. Not that it was bad down there. Just the lower parts was a bit squelchy. I could imagine that when it's really wet. But it wasn't too bad, as I say, just a bit spongy. And the path came and went. Yeah, so you can see the path just meandering up that ridge. Looks a nice ridge walk. Up to Beinn Fhada, up there. It's a bit like Ancastale I did not that long ago, back in Craiglarach. Wee bit of shelter here from the wind. But that looks a cracking ridge walk. I'm glad I'm past the worst of it. That bloody heather bashing to start with. You're always huffing and puffing at the start. But you need to get a wee kind of rhythm. And as I say, it's nice and dry up here, which is good. Great wee path there. Just winding its way over and round the ridge. Again, I'm in the kind of sheltered side of the wind just now. Keeps you fresh anyway. Anyway, just stunning, what an area. Can't wait to get views from Beinn Fhada over to the ridge and up to Benmore. That'll be great. Yeah, so that's the views back along the ridge so far. We're locking down there, beautiful. And this path going up so far just zigzags its way up beautifully. So far so good. Views all about. Benmore. I'll push on and maybe stop for a wee drink that soon. Conditions are still great. As you can see, the sun's back out, and this bit anyway, it's a wee bit sheltered for the wind. But the clouds are still high enough. I don't think the tops will be covered while I'm doing them anyway. Famous last words, eh? So I'll push on. Yeah, so while I'm walking along this ridge, I'll give you some of the prices. So, the first wee ferry, the Corran ferry, that was £12.50. No, just £12 one way with a car. And then the next ferry, the bigger one, the wee one, the first one just takes about 5 minutes. Second ferry for Loch Allen to Fishnish is about 18 minutes. And it's £12.75 each way with a car. And the campsite I'm staying at, Portnagale, it's £24 a night for the pitch with the tent. As I say, I tried to get Robin ferry, but it was fully booked. So the prices work about the same. I think it's about 50 quid return on a big ferry for Oban. And when you take in the two smaller ferries, it works out about 50 quid return on that. So each you peachy. And the Loch Allen ferry just drops you off just 4 miles further north than the Oban ferry, which takes you into Gregnure. So not too bad at all. This is a lovely wee walk. It's along a wee kind of grassy path. And this is where I always fancied doing Benmore. Getting it from its better side. It's a bit like Ben Louis coming in from Dalry. It's a much better route. You get stunning views all the way into it. Just having another wee breather here. Some juice. Right, whoops, nice wee flapjack, which I've got upside down, so I'll spill it out. Being attacked with the birds now. This is the views I've got while I'm having my wee flapjack. Oh, it's quite a steep haul up to that one. Then obviously Benmore. That's the way back. Beautiful. So 5:10 here, then I'll push on. Let's see if there's a bit of a path going up here. So here we are. the summit of Beinn Fhada. And that was 2 hours 40 to get to this one from the car. I'll fly the drone here for a wee bit and then I'll push on to the next one over here. That was a lovely top. Cracking views. And I think it's going to stay clear all day, which is really good. So hopefully I get some nice drone footage up there. The wind's dying down a wee bit as well, which is good. Just kind of backed in the way I come up at the moment until I get to that wee lock-in. And then I should be a kind of path. There's a wee lock-in down there. So, see if you can see the path from here. Yeah, I think it could be this end of the lock-in. And then just straight up there. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. I would say so far anyway, this is a much better way to go up in Beinn. Obviously it's a lot longer, but the views and the terrain are just stunning. Yep. So, where did I go here again? I think it was down this way. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. So I'll be heading up here, then up, then and then up to Beinn. So I'm on this wee kind of flat section before the final pull up to that one, which is looking fairly steep. Beinn beside it, basking in sunshine. Back out towards the sea. And back there is Beinn Fhada, where I came from. This wee gully. So just skirted around the side there. There's a wee bit of a path down there somewhere. Quite airy at times. You just take your time. Yeah, so I'm not too far from the summit of this one now. Just up this wee gully, I think, and a wee bit, and I should be more or less at the top of this one. So I'll push on up now and I'll catch you at the top. Yeah, that's me up from down there. Yeah, so I think I'm just up at this bit. And that's me at the top of this one. When I fancied that in the wet down there. Beinn Fhada, the remaining target. We cairn marker here. I'll put an aiming height up at this one. As I say, magnificent views from here as well, aye. So I'll sit here, have 5 or 10, and then I'll push on to Beinn Fhada. Yeah, so we had a nice wee break there, flying the drone and taking on board some more food and juice. So it's time to push on to the last target, Beinn Fhada. So that was roughly just about an hour from Beinn Fhada to that one. I'd imagine the same to Beinn Fhada, maybe a wee bit less. But as I say, just stunning views all around. Brilliant hike so far. Good to see again. I'm pretty sure that's where my car is, just down there. Anyway, let's get on with this. That's me almost at the lowest point between these two. I can see somebody coming down that way in red, just about 2/3 of the way up. And that's all come down for so far. That was nice coming down there through all the big kind of jaggy rocks. Anyway, this will be the final push up to Beinn Fhada. Getting there. That's the last section coming up. I'll have 2 minutes here. Warm work. Path coming around here was not too bad at all. Onwards and upwards. So I'll probably just catch you at the summit now. Yeah, this is just a wee bit of a tricky bit. I think there's any kind of clear path. Just kind of route finding your way up through this steep bouldery section. So I've just put the poles away, they're getting a bit of a nuisance. As I say, it's just more kind of hands-on here. I'll push on, see if I can find a way up here. Not quite there yet. This looks not a bad wee section. Some of that there was tricky. It's just route finding. As I say, quite steep. There's good foot and handholds. And the rock was dry, so it was nice and grippy. Shouldn't be long now to the summit. Yeah, so that's the summit of Beinn Fhada. 5 hours and 15 from the car. Oh, it's good to reach here. So that's Monroe number 278. It's only 4 left. That was really good coming over there. As I say, you just had to kind of find your way up at that last section coming up there. This is beautiful. What a viewpoint. You can actually see in the background there, that's the Paps of Jura. Beautiful. Over to the mainland. Just stunning. And it's pretty quiet as well. I walk along to that end as well and take in the views there. I'll have some tea. I'll fly the drone and then I'll head down the kind of normal way up and down. Yeah, this is lovely as well. Yeah, you can see the ridge you come up there. Lovely. Anyway, I'll 510 here. Yeah, so it's bang on 6 hours. So we'll see how long it takes to get in. Yeah, so this is the main sort of path up and down. See a big wide path going down through the scree there. And it's getting busy. That water is just so clear. Beautiful. The waterfall. Lovely. Yeah, it's just lovely all the way done. So that's Beinn Fhada way up there. Yeah, not too bad a path coming down. I don't know, maybe about another hour or something back to the car. And then a walk along the road, which should be nice. Lovely views, nice weather. Nothing to rush back for. Well, maybe a pint. Yeah, another one of these lovely rock pools. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Oh, this is going to be a nice walk along the road. Lovely breeze just to keep you cool. Yeah, so that's me back at the cars. That was 7.5 hours walking and just about 15k. So I think the walk along here is about maybe 1.5 kilometres. As I say, it's a nice road, the weather's nice, so I'll just take it nice and steady. So I'll just catch you back in the car, see how long this bit takes. Yeah, so that's me back in the car now. That was just an extra half hour walking along the road there. It was a nice wee walk, beautiful views, and it didn't seem that long at all. So what a day that was, it was fantastic, thoroughly enjoyed it. The whole hike was superb, up the ridge and all the way around to Beinn Fhada. Coming down, it was just, views were good, but it's just a kind of normal kind of route coming down. So I've just had a sandwich and some orange, like I said, so just going to head back to the campsite. I'm staying another night. But if there's any more footage from maybe tonight with the drone, with a sunset, whatever, I'll put it on now. Yeah, that's me back at the campsite now. Had a shower, changed and whatever, you know, so I feel a lot better. So tonight's dinner is going to be chicken fried rice. I've never tried this one before, so I'll see how this is. I have this, and then I'll nip along for a pint or two of Caledonia Best. It was lovely last night. So it's a beautiful night. I'll just go along there for a couple of pints, head back, and just watch the sun going down. Cheers.